Hey guys, welcome back to Knife Mania. Sorry, this video is going to be old school. It's on the cell phone. I kind of filled up the entire SD card on the big camera. I even went in town looking for a new SD card. In a little town like this, they got SD cards for like trail cams, not for legitimate cameras. So, what am I doing? Well, you can see the barrel here. I did something today, and I set up for it last night. Good old Kral. Got the can on her. Something I never answered in any of my Kral videos. So that you guys can see what I was shooting. They're 33.95 grain, let's just say 34 grain. 25 caliber pellets. It's empty. Target I was shooting. And if you can't tell, I obliterated the hell out of this target. Now this target is rated for a 22 long rifle and 22 Win Mag. This is a... Wow, don't fall. Alright, never mind, fall. Fine. Fall. So, the Kral goes up to 250 or 280 bar air pressure. I left the can on it, turned the pressure all the way up, and I wanted to see how many rounds I get before... like when the pellets started dropping, or before it got too bad to where I'd mess up the can or something like that. Now I was only shooting 20-25 yards, fun plinking distance, somewhere where you still got to use your control, you know, your finger pull. You still got to control your breathing. Well, let's face it, as long as you know what you're doing, you're not going to miss your target, right? It's fun plinking. I did that on purpose. Now, with this filled all the way up, right? I don't know if you can see the gauge. It's low. I could probably still get a couple more shots out of it, but the pellets were starting to drop. I started having to hold a little higher. And I didn't want to get a pellet stuck in the barrel or have a pellet drop as soon as it left and screw up the can on the end, right? You don't want to mess up your equipment. This magazine holds 10 rounds, so it was very easy to keep track. Now, last night, because it is a workout to fill this air cylinder, okay, I got a hand pump. It looks like a bicycle pump, but obviously a lot more pressure is involved. Cheers. Yeah, I know. I said I was only going to make one more video, but then I remembered this. So how many rounds do you get before you should literally just stop shooting, especially with a can on it? When I was hitting the target, they were still spinning around. Well, not the big one, but the medium-sized one and the small one were still spinning around a couple times. So you're still getting a good, solid impact. But like I said, I noticed I had to start holding a little higher, and that's only at like 20-25 yards. So, yeah, plain and simply, I got 120 rounds. 120 shots of a full cylinder on the Kral Puncher night. That's something I've never stated, I've never done, I've never actually filled the cylinder, sat down, took the time to actually shoot it to where, okay, things are starting to drop, there's not enough power. And like I said, I was shooting on max power. It wasn't half, it wasn't 3/4, it wasn't quarter power. It was max power. So if I were shooting lighter rounds, I could get a lot more shots out of it. Because I could dial down the power, right? But these weigh just, I think they're like, the slugs I shot were like 40, 45 grains. Obviously, I'm shooting those on full power. I don't have any more. But yeah, it was a good time shooting. It was a good time just kicking back, relaxing. I didn't videotape it because that would be a long, boring video. Just me sitting there, tink, tink, tink. I mean, 120 times. So, after having this rifle for 4 years, I know it very well. Still love it. Definitely want to get something lighter, something that I can track through the woods a lot easier. If you're a bench, shooter, I mean, and you don't have the money for like an FX, go for it. What do I use this rifle for? I don't use it really for hunting. It's too heavy. It is literally too heavy. So what do I use it for? Out on the farm, I use it for pest control. I use it for plinking, just having fun. I'm not gonna lie, I have used it a couple times, plinking squirrels and rabbits and stuff like that. The biggest animal I've ever taken with this was a coyote. Took him at just over 50 yards. Just over 50 yards. Of course, using the slugs and not the pellets. And I was doing pest control out on the farm. And on the farm, we got sheep. So, coyotes are no-go. So, where you see a coyote, or as we call them, yolks, you shoot the damn thing. I don't care if you got a bow, a pistol, an air rifle, you get rid of those yolks. So what can I recommend this for? Obviously, like being up here up north, plinking, shooting, just having a good time. 100%. Vermin control, like if you're sitting back and you kind of know, like if you got rats or coyotes or moles or groundhogs, as long as you're within that 100-yard range, you're going to be taking animals out. Again, it's flinging these. And again, I know it's just under 34, but I'm going to say 34 grain pellets, 25 caliber, at over 900 feet a second. That's with max power, okay? These are the JSB Match Diablo Exact King Heavy Diablo pellets. I didn't realize these were match pellets. Probably why they work so well. I don't know if it's any important. The MK2 here, I don't know. These are what I shoot when I'm just plinking or whatever. I do have the other pellets that I use for small game. Again, because I can turn down the power level and get more shots. However, I don't think ever in a day of hunting in my life have I ever had to shoot 120 times. So, there you go. Still love this rifle. And no, I'm not going to sell it before anyone asks. But I am seriously thinking about getting another one. A bullpup design. Even though technically this is a bullpup design. But something narrower, shorter, lighter. I'm looking at an FX Wildcat. I know Kral makes another bullpup. Smaller, lighter. Smaller can. air tank. I really want to stay with the 25 caliber because it's got enough punch for anything you're going to use it for. Obviously, this has a longer barrel and everything else on it. The UTG scope on it, I have no complaints with it. I mean, I've been shooting this thing for 4 years with that scope. I got it dialed in. I know the dopage that I need. I can use the mil dots depending on range, just because I've used it enough to learn that. A lot of you guys who shoot all the time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Love the fact that I can throw a can on it, keep it quiet, without having to get a stamp or anything else like that, and pay extra money. And it, guys, like literally, here, I'm taking the can off. Come on. I don't remember the threading or anything like that, but this thing, it makes a world of a difference. Okay, this is this Sumo by Donnie FL. It's for air guns only. Okay, so you're not going to put this on a powered rifle or pistol or anything like that. It makes a world of difference. You know what? I got enough air in here. Mag's out. Again, it's low on air pressure, but I normally wouldn't do this, but alright, safety off. That's loud. Put it back on. Oop, wrong end, dummy. Oh, come on. Oh, safety, dummy. Turn the safety off. Now the can is on. You heard the last shot. Like I said, world of difference. Put the safety back on. So, oh yeah, I was talking about that. I want to take that back off. I don't know if I can show that on YouTube or not. So we'll put it over there. Now, I know you people aren't idiots. You can figure that out on your own. So, now it's off. Again, this is a 25 caliber, shooting 34 grain pellets at over 900 feet a second. You heard the difference. Again, this is a Sumo. This is made by Donnie FL. It literally says for air guns only. Come on, focus. Focus. Maybe? Hope you guys can read that. That's the business end. That's the threaded end. You can take these apart. You can clean them. Obviously, a world of difference, especially when you're doing vermin control out on the farms. Or if you're up here just shooting and you don't want to make a racket. Man, I love this thing. But like I said, I really want to get something a little more compact, something lighter. Why not? Let's give them some love. Again, it's a hell of a rifle. It's accurate. It's fun. It's reliable. All I've done is just make sure the rings are greased and everything else. I don't fully clean the barrel. I snake it after every time I'm done shooting. Unfortunately, I forgot it. So I'll have to do that when I get home. Ow! Mosquito or something just bit me. So, there you guys have it. Fill it all the way up. 250, 280 bar. Again, it's not a 300 bar rifle. With the can on it. Shooting the 33.95 grain or 34 grain pellets out of the magazine. Ow! Maybe that wasn't. Ow! That hurts. That burns. 120 shots. So, yeah, I can't think of anything else I really need to cover on this. I've been trying to do updates on it, and I just haven't been able to. I know originally the Kral Puncher was one of my biggest YouTube videos. It has over 20,000 views. They're made in Turkey. I did a little custom engraving on the side of it. Wow, that symbol looks familiar, don't it? Put my initials in it. Kral arm. Oh, right there. Okay. Max pressure. 250 bar. Or 3,626 PSI. So it's a 250 bar air rifle. And right now I'm down to about 50 bar. Yeah, this again, it's the Kral Puncher Night. It's just been a really good, really reliable shooter. Hopefully you guys can see that. So, it's got the serial number. It is made in Turkey. I can't remember what I paid for it. It was like 4 years ago, and I think it was around $700. Or actually, I think the missus bought it for me. I love the adjustable trigger. It is fully adjustable. Length of pull. You can adjust the pad on it. Slide it up and down. I mean, you can fully adjust the damn trigger. And it's so beautiful because when I get on it, if I can keep it on the table. Alright, I get on it. Turn the safety off just so I can pull the trigger. You know, I like a little pull up. You know what? I like that little take up. That way I know I'm there. Solid wall. And it's only about a 3-pound trigger pull. Like I say, you got that little bit of take up. I like a little take up, that way I can feel it. I like to be able to hit that wall. I'm just using the very tip on that pad right there. You know, you go right through. You don't grip super tight. I did have to put pad extensions on it. Especially when you're bench resting. Why not for fun? Get that view of the camera. I don't want to be tagged. He's crazy and putting on cans on rifles. And it's an air rifle, dude. Chill out. But still, don't need the drama. Don't need the BS. Oh, by the way, the pad's fully adjustable. It goes up, down. You can get extenders, everything else. Cheek rests, fully adjustable. because of how low the scope mounts are, I don't need it up. It's actually really comfortable. Oops, forgot to put it on safety. Good thing it's not loaded. God, I love that. Gotta love that, man. You got to. And it sits there, like I said, if you're on a bench and you're doing shooting all day. So there you guys go. Hopefully I answered all your questions within the last few videos of the kral. Other than filling it up, I'm seriously thinking about getting an air compressor. And of course, you gotta buy a special air compressor, which is probably just as much as the damn rifle is. But, yeah. Anyway, there you guys have it. The kral puncher night. Again, my biggest complaint is the weight. Accurate, durable, fun, just heavy. Just really heavy. And again, for the first time ever, I filled it up to the full 250 bar and just kept plinking with it until I felt I needed to air it up again. Roughly 120 rounds. I got 120 rounds. So, there you have it. You guys got any more questions, whatever, with the kral, put them down in the comments, please. And I am really going to start saving, and I'm going to buy me another air rifle. I'm going to set it up the way I want it set up for what I want to do, and we'll go from there. So, alright guys, keep your knife sharp, keep your fingers out of the way, and as always, be safe out there. Later.